Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another video. And this is going to be a fairly quick one. I'm just going to basically be talking about how I inserted these two very cool items into my setup here. Obviously, we're looking at a box for an NES Classic Edition as well as a Super Nintendo Classic Edition. So, hooray! Now, before you go down to the comments and type, why don't you just use a Raspberry Pi or your computer? Well, here's a Raspberry Pi, and yes, it has emulators on it. And yes, I will be doing a comparison in a future video, but that's not what this one is about. And yeah, I'll talk about my computer and emulating too in that video, but that'll be the in-depth video. This is just me saying, hey, I got these things. I managed to insert it into my setup in what I think is a very cool way. And I also wanted to let you guys know that these things are out in the wild. I got these maybe about a week ago initially. I don't know if you know how well the stock is, but I just happened to be in a Target roughly about a week ago. I saw these at the Target and I bought them paid retail. So if you're patient and you hunt, you probably can find these things at retail and pay retail for them. I would definitely advise against buying them from a scalper. Just get them at retail. That, and you'll know they are genuine. They're not like knockoffs. So anyway, whatever. Let's go ahead and move aside the two boxes and reveal the lovely mini consoles. Now, what do I have these hooked up to? Well, obviously, it is going to be displaying on this screen here. So, let's go ahead and switch to one of the mini consoles real quick. Just should take a minute. Looks like we got the SNES Classic Edition on this input here. Oh, that's very loud music. Get that switch down here. That's better. It's rather late at night and I don't want to blast this too loud for everyone in the house. And yes, folks, I have, in fact... Let's just turn that down even more so I can talk here. I have, in fact... hacked this, obviously. We got some games here that clearly weren't on the original 21 games list here, so we're just gonna fire up one extremely fast. You gotta just... And as you can see, it emulates games that were not in the original that were not in the original lineup just fine. Okay, I forgot how long the intro of this game can seem. Jeez Pete's. Alright. I guess this isn't as quick of a video as I thought.
Welcome to NBA Jam!
Okay, let's just get to a little bit of actual gameplay here for you.
Tonight's matchup, Suns versus Hawks. From the outside.
Clearly, as you can see, there's no issues with the gameplay. It's coming through just fine. There's no speed problems. The emulation works perfectly fine, even with ones that weren't originally part of the collection. So let's go ahead and switch over to the standard NES Classic now. And the same thing here. I've hacked this one. Let's find that list of other games. Here we go. So we'll pick up this one, and what game should we pick? I haven't added a ton to this one yet. We'll do a little of River City Ransom. It's a fun game. Let's get out of that. There we go. And as you can see on the NES Classic Edition, again, it's going to emulate NES extremely well. So it's not exactly an issue to get this to work. Works perfectly fine. Alright, enough of that. Oh, I'm knocking the camera around. Let's get back to the main menu. And you're probably wondering, how did you manage to get all this stuff integrated? Well, so glad you asked. I have a powered USB hub, jeez, as I knock the camera around, that obviously is supplying electricity to these mini consoles. And it also allows connectivity to my PC for me to be able to load other ROMs onto these devices after using HackG to hack them. So it's got dual purpose. And you might be wondering yourself, well, how are you getting your computer input into that as well as these mini consoles into that single monitor? If it's a monitor, it only has one input. Well, I'm using an HDMI switcher, basically. And the way that works is basically there are 3 HDMI inputs on this device and 2 HDMI outputs. So I have one output going into the monitor, and the other output is actually going into my Pioneer receiver, which of course is enabling us to hear the game audio. So that's pretty much how I have this set up. It's a slick little setup. I'm really liking this. A lot of fun. Really glad I was able to get these items. So that's pretty much it. That's how I did it. You can do it too if you really want. Assuming you can find the items. So anyway, that's pretty much it. As always, if you like this, thumbs up. If you hate me, thumbs down. Share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.